Alexis got it. This is Danny Vegas, segment 3. We are $750,000 into the show.
I think I may have actually done 4 on accident because I usually come at the last segment. Oops. My bad.
These union lawyers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. All right. This is absolutely one of the most popular segments we do once a month. We bring in Alexis Brown, your champion of justice, Alexis Brown Law, and we, usually at the happy hour, everybody's just running their mouth, but no one knows anything. Now we get it down to, well, this is what the law is, and this is how this is reality.
Well, at least what I think about it anyways.
Yes, so it's, and so at least as Alexis said. So we love to talk law stuff, lawyer stuff, because, we're all, what do they call them? Backseat lawyers. We're all backseat
Google lawyers now.
Yeah, we're Google lawyers now. But now we bring in the real thing. So before we get into the topics that we talked about before, we're going to talk a little bit about, what's going on in the Las Vegas shooting. And of course, what everybody's calling the 800-pound elephant in the room, 800-pound gorilla in the room. I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the Jolly Green Giant. We're going to talk about, realistically, as a business, how do you deal, what do you do? Like I said, you run a company, and you think you're fat, dumb, and happy, and then you walk into the office one day and the HR lady's sitting here with a piece of paper.
And our style.
And your world just went from, I'm fat, dumb, and happy, to like, who is that and what? So we're going to talk about sexual harassment and as a business, in our opinions, what you should be doing, so that you don't walk into your office one day all thinking, wow, what a great day. The sun's shining. The weekend's going to be great. And the HR lady's sitting there going, we need to talk. So we're going to talk about that. But first,
yes,
Alexis Brown, you got something going on. In fact, Joe Gamble, I don't know if you can see it. I brought in a flyer. We can put that up. You have a big shindig.
I do.
For the Clark County Law Foundation.
Yes, sir.
You think I know it by now? And that's coming up on December 7th. Go.
Yes, next Thursday at 5:30 over at the Clark County Law Foundation's office. They're having their holiday party. So just to invite the volunteers, our friends, you know what I mean? Of course, I hope to see you there if we can, Danny, to say hello and just give back, of course. And, we'll have food and wine and some raffle prizes.
Oh,
and,
very cool.
Yeah, the whole thing. So, to, of course, learn more about what the Clark County Law Foundation does, which, of course, includes trial by peers, among other things.
Right.
And the great thing, of course, is you get to come and see me because I share space with the Law Foundation. So you'll get to come see your favorite redheaded lawyer and
in the flesh, in the person. I know everybody,
That's right.
all the emails, oh, blah, 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 but you get to actually go see her in person. So, Joe Gamble, you can go, if you haven't done so already, let's put up that flyer. And so let's do it one more time. It is on December 7th.
Yes, at 5:30, and it's at the Clark County Law Foundation office, which is at 725 South 8th Street. The entrance is in the back, sort of under the covered parking. And so, yeah, you'll see the signs, and we're going to have a really good time, and we hope to see everyone there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not that, you just right off the freeway, go down Charleston. It's right there kind of on the corner of Charleston, or near the corner of Charleston.
And 8th,
right, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you take that left
convenient.
Yeah,
Super convenient.
Very convenient. I've been over there a couple times. But that's okay. So
we like to say hi.
We love to say hi. That's right. No, so that's gonna be a great time. So please, is that a Friday?
No, it's Thursday. Next Thursday, 1 week from today.
Okay.
Oh, also the other thing I forgot to mention, we are collecting toys, socks, and then boys' coats as well, in combination with Lutheran Social Services and Joe Mackey Elementary. Socks, yeah. We do sipping for shoes as well. So we've raised money to get shoes for kids, and so we also get socks for them.
All right, I guess I'm going to go down to the dollar store and get me a bag of socks.
Fantastic.
Okay, all right.
If you do, get yourself some raffle tickets, so that way you get into the raffle.
Oh, yeah. All right. So it sounds like a pretty big shindig. So just remember, that's over there in the Charleston area, right off the freeway to 15. It is in the evening time on the 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. Come on down and hang out, rub elbows with Alexis Brown.
Among other many people will be there.
There'll be a lot of lawyers there. That's that's scary. Watch what you say.
We're fun. We're fun.
That's what I hear.
We are.
Oh, we are. Lawyers are fun. So that's what's going on. So before we, okay, so that's the big thing there. So what we're going to talk about, we got about 5 minutes left. Kind of, you kind of in the, you go to the lawyer happy hours and all that stuff. So, I kind of noticed that all the stuff going on with the shooting over there, it's crickets. Ain't no one saying nothing.
Well.
It seems like this major corporation is batting down the hatches, and it's kind of, hey, people are trying to figure out what's going on, but everybody's not saying a word.
Well, the cases are all out there.
Okay.
And although maybe to the public eye it seems like nothing is happening, I know behind the scenes in the legal world there's definitely a lot happening. You know what I mean? I mean, some cases that were filed really early, I saw one has been dismissed. So that can mean a few things. It could mean either that they settled, or it could mean that the lawyers decided there wasn't enough facts about it, or it could also mean that maybe there was some kind of agreement to
Now,
it could, either it's like said settled, or they could have maybe decided to deal with it out of court potentially.
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
interesting.
I don't know though.
Now, if you're a lawyer and you do have clients that have come to you that had dealt with that before, or was there, or somehow affected by that, do you look at that case that was dismissed and said, okay, what in the world happened there, so that I don't run into the same right hook? Do you do that as a lawyer?
Yes, of course. If there's similar legal issues in a case, that's basically what we do all the time, is apply similar cases from 100 years ago or 50
Right.
years ago or whatever to your case today. You know what I mean?
Right.
So very much so. I'm sure that there are plenty of lawyers that are looking at all the other complaints when they're doing their own.
Wow, that's very interesting, because I was even watching one of the major networks, and they were saying, it's like, it just seems like for the number one shooting in America now, it just seems like there's just nothing much going on. But you're saying that, hey, behind the scenes.
I think legally there is behind the scenes, but also I think, let's face it, Vegas is the master of PR. Like, we have
Right.
tried to turn this around into something much more positive than it was. You
Right.
know what I mean? And we also are a town that kind of moves forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think as has been demonstrated since October. You know what I
Right.
mean? In no uncertain terms. So I think that also plays a part in it. But yeah, in the legal world, there's definitely still things that are under there. There's a class action suit against the bump stock rifle.
Bump stocks, right.
That's pending. I checked that. There just recently this month, I saw there was about 10 cases or so filed by one law firm that,
Right.
I mean, I don't know all the details, but all related, you know what I mean? So,
That's interesting, and the question, and I'm ignorant. I'm just so ignorant.
You're not.
I just, you got a legally bought accessory to this gun, and it's legally made. It's legal. How can there be a class action lawsuit? It's kind
I
of,
think it's because,
in
although
your
it's,
opinion.
in my opinion, and I don't really know, but I think in my opinion, it really is that the way that it's used, it's known to be used that way.
Right.
So when it's known to be used in a dangerous way, and you sort of sell it anyways as something
Okay.
innocent,
Right.
right? You know what I
Right.
mean? That would be my sort of initial theory anyways. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's kind of like, back in the 70s, the Ford Motor Company knew the Pinto gas tank exploded.
Well, exactly. I mean,
And they knew it, and they sold the car anyway because they thought, well, what we're going to pay in lawsuits is less than we'd have to do to fix the car.
No, absolutely. Sometimes it is a business decision made by large corporations to do those things. I mean, and that's why there are class action suits all the time against, these companies, and the, recall,
Right.
suits and those kinds of things, and the drug man, all of those things, because sometimes companies do it and they know, but they
Okay.
still
Well,
move
that's
forward.
interesting.
So,
So our expert lawyer here on the Danny Vegas Live show is telling us that behind the scenes there's definitely things going on, just nothing that has risen to the surface to the point where it's water shedding to where it's hitting the news. So
not that I know of, anyways. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
keep an eye on it always.
Okay.
And keep reporting back, as you know what I mean, if we find anything out.
that's right. Right here on the Danny Vegas Live show. Okay. Segment 3 is over. Now we're getting into segment 4. Now we're going to get into something that we're going to have the whole segment about it, because it is the big elephant in the room. This is, as a sociology guy, I'm very curious about this. Is it something that's a learned behavior? Is it something hardwired? That's my argument. But we'll be back right after this.